This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As most of you know, every year since I've started my channel, I've covered these award shows, the Oscars, the Grammys, really to show people the signs and the symbols, the Olympics, the Super Bowl, because we see the same things flashed over and over. But they really use these shows more and more now to actually push these agendas, because these so-called celebrities, these false idols that people just drool over, people just want to hear their opinions on everything because they're influenced by everything they say and do. So this is pretty funny. I have to tell you, I was looking at the Oscars because I don't know anything about what's going on with it. I haven't seen any of these movies. Everybody knows the movies that get nominated are never like even good movies. I mean, of course, you don't even hear of half of them, but wait till you see some of the movies that are nominated and see the political / New World Order agenda behind it. And that's why they're nominated, because they want to shove these down people's throats, because there's a lot of people out there that go, oh, like if you go on Amazon or somewhere, they'll have like, here are all the movies that are nominated for Oscars. Watch them now. It's like a new thing, right? Like make sure you watch all the nominated Oscar films and you decide which one's the best. And then all those movies are so it's so over the top, filled with the agendas that we see going on today. But before I get to those, I do want to point out, you can guarantee that the Oscars this year is going to be completely about not just Time's Up with the sexual harassment stuff. It's going to be about this event that happened in Florida. There's going to be guys, celebrities getting awards, and they're going to go, well, thank you. And I'm going to take this time on stage to talk about change in America, what we need, right? And people will stand up and applaud, and people at home will be touched. And then the next day, all the articles that come out will be about, can you believe so-and-so's speech? Just like when Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar, and they were like, oh, he finally won an Oscar. And his speech was about global warming. I mean, really? You'll see somebody win, somebody, who's obviously been prepped. They'll win and they'll talk about how change is needed, about the poor victims. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we actually see some of these kids, teens, or should I say adults, show up from Florida to present an award or to speak. And then, of course, everybody in the room will stand and applaud, and they'll get all this pub about being true heroes, what they are. And the actors will say, we're just actors. These are the true heroes, people who are making a difference, right? Because remember, they're pushing this event in Washington, this march in Washington. This is all mind control and propaganda. The Oscars is one of the highest viewed shows in America, other than the Super Bowl every year. I think it might be the second most viewed show. Everybody watches it. They have Oscar parties. I mean, if you ask me, I'd rather be chewing on a brick than sitting through that. I'll do my best to read about it, maybe see some stuff if I feel the need to do a video. But boy, talk about pulling teeth watching that. But remember, it will be driven by the narrative. Because just like I say with, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, they roll them out to deflect humor on crazies. I'm sure somebody will say something about CRYSIS. Yes, I'm misspelling it wrong to just avoid the algorithm because you can't even say it. But somebody will say something about CRYSIS actors. I guarantee it. And everyone will have a big laugh about it. Probably be in the opening monologue, mention fake news, right? Because they're so worried about all of us terminating everybody's channels on YouTube. I mean, the big bully with all the money and all the resources, right, and all the power that they possess certainly seems scared of the little guys like us. I guess they realize that as long as we have a voice, and there's people such as myself and others out there, that we can do it's endless, the people we can influence and wake up from this. Because that's really what it comes down to. I don't need star power behind me. I don't need like Philip DeFranco or these losers that YouTube push to keep the narrative the way it is. These people wouldn't be popular if they weren't shoved down our throat. These people in Hollywood wouldn't be popular if they didn't have all these shows like Access Hollywood making people drool over them. Oh, they're the sexiest people alive. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, look at them. Oh, Brad Pitt took a dump today. Oh my goodness. Then he went to the mall and he wore a polka dot shirt. Whoa. Let me buy my tabloid magazine and then let me jump off a bridge. I mean, really, think about it. Okay, so keep your eye on that, but let's get to the juicy part here because I was in shock. Now, if you're a listener of this channel and have been for a while, I covered this, I believe, over a year ago. I did re-upload it. Okay, and that is this movie, Call Me By Your Name, which is really should just be called Nambla. Okay, because this movie is somehow nominated for an Oscar. It's a movie about a man who falls in love with a boy. I can't say more than that or it'll be hate speech. 17, oh, they say he's 17, right? And he's in Italy and he falls in love with this older man. And oh, it's supposed to be so romantic. They had the kid, the actor, on Jimmy Fallon's show. And Jimmy Fallon, oh, it's the most beautiful movie. It's so touching. Right. I mean, then wouldn't that qualify as Nambla? And then people messages on the video. And they're like, 17? I mean, it's not like he was 12. Well, what do you think they're hinting at, for crying out loud? And it's nominated for an Oscar. I mean, really? I can't even imagine how bad the movie is. But these are supposed to be the best movies. Not. These are movies that they want put out there that have agendas behind them. So you get that one, which is pushing Nambla. You get The Darkest Hour, which never heard of that either. Really haven't heard of any of these, but which just happens to be about Winston Churchill, the infamous Winston Churchill, New World Order puppet Winston Churchill. So he gets, just more honoring their fallen Masonic brothers. Then you get the movie Get Out. I have not seen it, but I've heard of Get Out because Get Out was supposed to be a horror movie. So I don't know how often horror movies get nominated for Oscars. How about never? I mean, was Nightmare on Elm Street nominated for an Oscar? No. It's a pretty popular movie. Or Halloween? No. This is nominated. You know why? Because this is about race war. Photographer Chris Washington is nervous about meeting his girlfriend's parents for the first time, especially when he learns that she has not told him that he's black. Their awkward behavior, along with the oddness exhibited by their two African-American servants, put Chris on alert. But even so, he is unprepared by the family's true motivations, right? And I guess it's to kill him or something. I mean, so you get the race war, you got the Nambla. What else do we get? Well, we get The Post, Streep, and Hanks. I don't know if anyone's seen the trailer for this. This is just feminism at its best. They love to roll these movies out, right? To just keep planting seeds, to keep pushing the movement. The first female publisher of a major newspaper and an executive editor debate whether they should publish the top secret politically sensitive Pentagon papers. Facing certain legal action, the pair must decide if their duty to inform the public is more important than protecting their careers and the paper itself. And then the commercial's all about, a woman can't do this. And yeah, oh, yes, she can, says Meryl Streep, who's like, the face for this movement. Ugh. Take a look at the face, please. Can't say more than that, but whew. Then what else do we get here? We get other, other brainwashing movies here. We got this one, The Shape of Water. And what is this about? It's about the Soviet Union and the Cold War, right? Because they want to keep planting seeds about Russia. I mean, all of these movies fit the narrative for what they want going on right now. And I don't get how people don't see it. It's unbelievable. So I just wanted to go through those because I was like, oh, I'm aware that the Oscars are this weekend because, hey, me, myself, I'm supposed to be having the second annual Oscars. So I was like, well, what's nominated? And the first one that's nominated is Call Me By Your Name. I mean, how obvious is this? Goodness gracious. You watch the trailer. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, it's unbelievable. So you got that, you get Winston Churchill, you get the racial stuff, you get your feminist stuff, you get your Russia propaganda for people out there who buy into this stuff with Russia and, the election. I mean, Oh, it's just too funny. The movies that are always out there, especially now, always fit around the agenda, right? Always, always, always. But keep in mind, you'll see these people, these actors, and I'm not sure if Jimmy Kimmel's hosting it. He actually probably is, right? Wait, let me just look real quick. I'm doing this in real time. Who is hosting the Oscars? I know Jimmy Kimmel is hosting. What a surprise. Jimmy Kimmel is hosting the Oscars. So Jimmy Kimmel, who just went on a rant about fake news and how conspiracy theorists need to be stopped. You could bet in his monologue, he's going to mention something. He's going to take a serious second probably to say something about people who question these things. And then throughout the show, it'll be the common theme about how we need to change is needed in so many ways. You'll hear time's up. You'll hear about gun grabbing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually roll out the same faces that we've seen, right? The same kids. It's the same ones over and over. Wouldn't be surprised if they're there. Maybe even crack a joke about it. The hog might be in the house. The Hasselhog. That's what we should just call him. The Hasselhog. Like Hasselhoff. Will probably be in the house. I mean, I can't guarantee that, but that's just what I'm thinking because I know that they're going to be pushing this. They have to. It's a large audience. You got to keep them brainwashed, right? It's a whole point for them. Well, we're going to have 100 million people watching. We got to make sure we continue to beat the dead horse, beat the drum, get them to their heads because repetition is what's needed. So they continue to use repetition for their mind control and continue to spew out the same crap. So the Oscars are this weekend. I'm not sure when mine are going to be or how I'm going to do it yet since I have a strike on this channel, but I'll keep you posted on that. It's going to take some time, but I guarantee it'll be better than this one. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.